Want to know why? Ask how. Howard the Humongous. Malala Yousafzai has captured our hearts with good reason. The girl has courage and she has wisdom. We know that she is for education for girls. What we don't understand is a remarkable culture blindness, something we should be able to see beyond. The Taliban, her enemies, the people who tried to kill her, screw their eyeballs, claim that they are not against education for girls. They claim that they are for education for girls. What in the world do they mean? And if they're for education for girls, why do they burn down girls' schools in Pakistan and Afghanistan? Why do they kill people in girls' schools in Pakistan and Afghanistan? How could they claim that they are for education? They are for education. Here's the deal. One culture's education is another culture's ignorance. To the Taliban, everything that we convey in Western education is demonic. We teach that men and women can make laws, that they can make laws in parliaments, that they can make laws in congresses, that they can make laws in a democratic society. If you're the Taliban, you know that is the foulest lie. Men and women cannot make laws. To do so is demonic. Only God makes laws. In fact, God has made laws. Those laws are the only judicial form of truth, and those laws were handed to Muhammad between 622 and 632 AD by God himself. For man to try to make laws is worse than blasphemy. It's worse than heresy. For Westerners to try to teach girls that men and women can make laws is to pervert the minds of those girls in ways that is utterly beyond belief. Why? Because this life is short, but eternity is forever. And in eternity, according to the Taliban, according to militant Islam in general, there are only two choices: heaven and hell. If you live according to the laws that God himself gave us, you can go to heaven, especially if you kill to bring other people to those laws. That's called jihad, and jihad gives you an express ticket to paradise. But if you try to live according to laws that you and your fellow humans make, you are giving God the big finger in the face, and that is punished by a hell so profoundly painful that it is almost impossible to describe. You are roasted over a hot fire, screaming as your skin is carbonized. Then, when it falls off, you are given another skin so that you can scream, roast, and marinate in pain all over again. Is marinating in pain for eternity what we really want for our fellow human beings? No. So the obligation, according to the Taliban, is to educate girls and to educate boys. But it's to educate them in God's own truth, the truth that was handed to Muhammad from 622 to 632 AD. That is the only acceptable truth that will set men and women free, according to the Taliban. So an education in the Quran, in the Hadith, in the sacred teachings of Islam is the only real education. Everything else, everything that Malala adores, everything that I adore, a liberal education, an education that trains us in freedom of thought, in critical thinking, all of that is the profoundest satanic lie, at least according to the Taliban. When you're trying to understand the affairs of the world, when you're trying to understand the affairs of your very own mind, understand that different people have different definitions for the very same thing, that we are not all alike, that we do not all think the same, that some of us come to the realities around us from such radically different points of view that they seem alien. But you won't understand your own humanity and you won't understand the world you live in, nor will I, unless we understand the minds of people like the Taliban, who are radically different in their thought process from you and I. Once we understand them, we can disagree with them with all our heart and soul. In fact, we can disagree with them far more effectively. No, the Taliban do not want to stop education for girls. They want to stop your version and my version of education. They have their own view of education in mind. Do I approve of it? Not on your life, and I hope you never approve of it either. This is Howard the Humongous, speaking to you from the future. It's your job and my job to make now for the incompetence demonstration while I find. There it is, the off button.